Well, good morning before sunrise from inside of the ham van. And what I did was I brought out a couple lights so we could take a look at them. There's a battery pack, USB light that adjusts brightness. I've got a light bulb. It's got a battery inside of it and a remote. And I've got some of these strap-on, like a strap-on headset thing, headlamp. And I've got two of those. So what I figured we'd do is we'd just make a quick video this morning and show you how much light these give off. Again, this is on its lowest setting right now. Let's go ahead and cut off. Okay, so now I've just got my phone, the display from it, looking up towards the front of the van. You can see a little crack out the driver's side window. And then we've got our privacy curtain. And then we could see a little crack out the passenger side window, right? But basically, it's pretty dark inside. It's pretty dark inside. I'm gonna stop the video. I'm gonna hang up the remote control light. I'll be right back. Okay, we're back with the LED light. I've got the remote in my hand. So this is pretty cool. There are USB lights that I got. I don't have one in the van with me right now that have a USB cable that run off of battery, and there's a flip switch, a rocker switch in the cable. But what if you're laying down on the floor of the van taking a little nap, or maybe you've put this light up near the front where the driver's seat is. You want it off, but in the middle of the night, you want a way to be able to cut the light on, either without having to be able to sit up and reach it, or like I said, maybe if it's deliberately on the other side of the privacy curtain, you want a remote control to switch it on. Well, that is the beauty of the LED light bulb with the remote control. I've got it hanging up here in the center. You can see it's pretty bright. It's pretty bright. We've got an off button too. Off and on. So we could be flat on our back, and that would be pretty cool. And there's also timers, so you could push a button and have the light stay on for 30 minutes, 2 hours, 5 hours, 10 hours. So 30 minutes might be a great sleep timer. You hit 30, you lay down in the bed, then eventually it goes off. There's an auto mode that automatically comes on when it gets dark. So that is the remote LED light bulb. Now what I found is if I charge it all the way up, maybe there's like a radio receiver that's always running, and eventually it runs down. If we look at our temperature gauge, we reset that yesterday. So overnight, it looks like 62% humidity. It ranged from 36 to 79. And then the temperature currently is 62.8. I drove over to McDonald's this morning and I got a coffee, which certainly is adding to the humidity as it sits here on the table. And also I used the heat. It was about 57 this morning, but it got down to 50 overnight. And this means that some sleeping bag and some other sleeping stuff that I haven't been able to test out, since quite frankly it's been too hot to spend the night in the van, even parked in my driveway, I'll be able to do now. That 92 was afternoon temperature while the van was closed up sitting in the sun. So I do want to test out the headwear. So let me get one of these strapped on. I bought a pair. I bought these as a pair. What we have is we have the light of a couple different intensities. And we have red. Red is great for preserving your vision. Like if you're working, like if I was in the van, in the back of the van, and I wasn't necessarily reading, but I was going to be staying up for a while. But I wanted to have decent night vision if I needed to look outside the van and see what's going on. There's a good chance I might wear a red light just so that I could see what's going on. There's also a blue light. I don't think a blue light makes any difference. I think, in fact, that I don't think that's good for your night vision. Flashing red, maybe if you were in an emergency. Let me use this one that's on my head. All right. Let me pull the phone back up. Okay. So, I've got the lamp on my head. I'm looking up at the front. I'm looking down the side of the van. So again, plenty of lamp, plenty of light. This is on blue. Oh, wait a minute. There's the full thing. There's bright. There's less bright. There's red for my forehead. Now the other head lamp that I bought has a bunch of white LEDs that's kind of made in the headband, and they throw out nice dispersed light. And I think it's actually better for walking somewhere. Like if I was going to leave the van and walk to the restroom in the middle of the night, that one would be better for throwing light down on a path in front of you and giving you peripheral vision out to the side. But for actually staying in the van and doing things in the van, this headset is pretty good. I also think you're less likely to leak light outside. And you'll notice the sun's come up. We're getting more light inside of the van now. Again, this one has got USB charged lantern, battery pack, USB port, right? So that's something that you could use as a lantern, and you could also charge your phone or listen to an audio book or something on your phone, and then turn around and the next day hook it up to a battery or solar panel and charge it back. So there's probably a whole lot of choices in terms of the kind of lights that you could use inside of the van. But ones with remote controls, ones with red to preserve your night vision, ones with the battery backup bank, or maybe a couple interesting things that you can figure out how you would use. What could it be? I'm in the dark again. Hold on a second. I feel a light switch down here. There we go. There is a LED light bulb commonly sold on Amazon. It has a USB cable I've got it plugged into a power bank. And they sell these in sets of 1, 2, 3. You buy the multiple ones, and you get like a USB cable splitter. I think I was able to run 2 off of 1 USB port. I think the third one may have pushed it over the power that one port was happy to provide. Obviously, these are USB 2, 5 volt, 2 amp max. As far as the amount of light they put out, it's sunrise here in Florida, so a little bit of light is making it through the windows and past the blackout curtains, but the back of the van is still pretty dark, and a single light provides ample light. Certainly a second light in a little bit different location would give us more than enough light in the back. I bought a 3-pack. I don't think you'll need more than that unless you wanted maybe to hang some of these lights outside. So that is yet another lighting option for being able to see while in the van. It's been a couple days since I started making the lighting video, and we reset the thermometer in the back of the van. If we look up here now, pull it down, we can see currently 69% humidity, just changed to 70. It's ranged between 32% and 79. Current temperature 71.8 degrees, going up as I hold the thermometer. And the temperature in the back of the van has ranged between 50.7 and 107.2. So it's still getting hot inside the van with the windows rolled up during the day when the sun shines on it. Not as hot as we had seen, and certainly our overnight high is nowhere near what we were seeing. I'm about ready to pull the cot and the sleeping bag into the back of the van and do some sleep tests here, which will be interesting, sleeping in a vehicle in my own driveway. But yeah, so there you go, some options for lighting in the back of the van. Don't want you to be in the dark when it comes to camping in ham radio. And with that, I'll say please like and subscribe, leave a comment. Thanks again for watching Camping in Ham Radio with Whiskey 4 Papa Oscar Tango 73.